All right, all right, Rafa here, Boricuasans. This episode is brought to you in part by the good folks at Toro Moro. And today, I'm not even sure what time it is. I think it's just, I don't know, maybe still 11ish. I don't even know. But I saw a video that gave me an idea that I want to talk about. I want to talk about my top 5 worst Lattafas in my collection. I was discussing one with one of my friends on TikTok, and yeah, we both agreed that there's one here that we just cannot get into, and I've tried. And then I saw lately a video by one of these big time influencers, and he likes to talk. I have 800 million trillion fragrances, and I have about, oh my goodness, I have so many Lattafas. I think I have 50. Really? Whatever. I got a lot more than those, so I can actually, with a lot of confidence, say that these are pretty bad. But anyway, if this is interesting, stay tuned. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to ask you guys to like, subscribe, comment, repost, all the good things in life that make these videos fun. Now, the first one I want to talk about, and I know it's going to cause some controversy because a lot of people like it, I just cannot get into it. I've tried it. I'll retry, but right now I'm going with a fresh honker because the only thing I've smelled is coffee. When I had my coffee, then I worked out, and so nothing, just nothing going on here. So maybe I'll change my tune with these now. I don't know. But the first one is, I'm sorry guys, Caed Intense. Now there's the gold bottle, which I actually prefer, but it's almost very spicy and peppery, and it's almost like that's all there's in there. But I think that if you layer that with a vanilla scent, it'll work. This one, but let's put that here. Make sure that it's centered. Yeah, because lately I've been putting my stuff in it's like that. And there we go. I think that's centered. All right, let's talk about some of the main accords. The main accords are amber, warm, spicy, sweet, vanilla, cacao, tobacco, balsamic, cinnamon, honey, and powdery. And I'll be honest with you, I don't get any of that. Go figure. And the ratings are high, 4.52. This came out last year. The top notes are tobacco, cinnamon, white honey, middle notes vanilla, cacao, myrrh, patchouli, base notes amber, French labdanum, and styrax. I don't even know what styrax is. I've never. This is supposed to be inspired by, yeah, that's what I thought. Gentleman something, and then a Dior Home Intense. I have Cayenne Classic, and I prefer that one. Let's see. Let's see what's going on up in Hill. And again, I may just say right now, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. This is actually pretty good, but we'll see. Yeah, it's cayenne, but it's almost just same for cayenne. That lipsticky iris lipstick. It's just like, it doesn't jive with me for some reason. Maybe in the dry down, because see, cayenne, it has a really nice dry down. Maybe this will work on the dry down. I don't know. And honestly, I guess I haven't really given it a good chance, because when I got cayenne, I was like, okay, I like this a little better. Not much, but still. Yeah. Like I said, with a fresh nose, I can actually say that I can maybe work with this. And if somebody has some ideas or suggestions, please comment. Let me know. Yeah, this is just like the Cayenne Classic. Caed Intense. The next one I'm going to talk about, and I think I placed this in from better to worse. The next one I'm going to talk about, I've had this one for a minute, and this one is still up in the air, how I feel about this one. So I really haven't wore it a lot, if any. And this one is another one that's not popular. This is Blue Oud. Here. Now, the main, of course, are fruity, fresh, spicy, oud, woody, warm, spicy, musky, powdery, amber, aromatic, and sweet. The ratings is pretty low, 3.78. This one came out 2018, so it's been around a minute. All right, the top notes are agarwood, oud, black pepper, apple, and bergamot. Middle notes are fruits, musk, saffron, sage, and jasmine. Base notes, ambergris, guaiac wood, and sandalwood. Let's go ahead and give this a hit. Because I saw, the reason why I got this one is because I saw a lot of videos that were praising it because it was almost aquatic, summer-like, da-da-da-da. And then when I got it, I'm kind of like, I'm not getting any of that. But, hey, live and learn. Yeah, it's, I don't know what it is that it's just not agreeing with my honker. It's almost like the oud and the pepper and the apple are just like clashing, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, this one, it's a tough one to really get into. I don't see this being a summer freshy aquatic at all. This would actually probably be better for the winter, you know. But I got so many that are a lot better, then that's why this one I really haven't given it a try. Blue food. All right, before we continue, if you notice this cap, it's a Boricua Sense cap. Let me zoom that in there for you. There you go. I'm gonna be selling this in my private shop. I'm gonna put a link at the bottom. Well, that's a lie. I actually got this from the Hat Bar. They're a small company here in Georgia. They can customize caps. Hopefully you'll see this. If you can't see this, I'm gonna put a link on it. I'm gonna put their information. These guys are really cool. I saw their tent at a festival that Isabel and I went to, and they knocked this out for me, and I was like, man, this is cool. So again, big shout out to these guys. All right, the next I'm gonna talk about, this is the one that I was discussing with on TikTok with a friend, and yeah, this is a tough one. I've heard many stories about it as to why it flopped, why this, why that, and I am like, I just think it smells bad. Sorry. Asad Zanzibar. Now, one of the reasons that I heard why this one flopped, it was because it was the follow-up to the original Asad, which is Le Fantastique. So everybody was like, oh my goodness, a follow-up, holy crap, and it's blue, it's gonna be an aquatic, oh my goodness. Well, I guess at the time I didn't see those videos, I just saw it and it was cheap and I picked it up. Anyway, let's talk about some of the accords. The main accords are vanilla, iris. There's that Irish note. Powdery, fresh spicy, lavender, salty violet, amber, warm spicy, balsamic. It's literally like, in my opinion, a mess of stuff going on here. Don't make any sense. The ratings are low as hell. 3.43. And that's a ton of bows, and I think it's probably people saying like, what the hell is this? The top notes are lavender, black pepper. Middle notes, coconut water, iris, salt. Base notes, vanilla, and incense. Now, this is one of those that, man, I tried to like it. I tried to understand it. Everybody kept saying coconut, coconut, coconut. Well, me being Boricua, I have had the luck, pleasure, or whatever, of climbing up a palm tree, getting a big machete, and bam, cutting down a coconut, bust it open, and I know what that smell is, which this does have that smell. I'm not gonna lie. But it's not like a very sweet smell. It's more like a type smell, very plateau. And then you mix iris and lavender and purple with that or whatever. It's like just a bunch of. That's what I get. Atomizer, it's great. I mean, shoot. But that's too bad because honestly, it smells like manure. Yeah, this is it. Jesus, I really wanted to like it. I really wanted to, but it's just not. No. Oof. Sorry. And I know that they got a new limited edition, and I'm scared to pull the trigger. I haven't seen any videos of it. I haven't really seen anything, so I'm really scared to pull the trigger. So as of now, this is sensible. All right. The next I want to talk about I remember Lattafa released this one. They released them as a pair, and I got them thinking that it was gonna be like the flagship of Lattafa. And I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be epic. To the point that I was able to convince my wife to do the video with me. And needless to say, we were both like, oh my. This is the male counterpart. This is King of Arabia. And I know there was a lot of controversy with the notes being incorrect on the Fragrantica, which is not a big shocker, versus the notes on Lattafa's website. Rechecked, and I just did, and I think they got them right now. But I still don't get it. And I'll tell you what I get the most. The main accords are leather, woody, fruity, sweet, iris, powdery, animalic, patchouli, earthy, and vanilla. I'll tell you here in a second what I get. Ratings are 4.22 with just 5 votes. The top notes, which raspberry and bergamot. I don't get any of that. Middle notes are orris, cedarwood, and osmanthus. Base notes leather, patchouli, and vanilla. All I get, and again, these bottles, holy crap, they're beautiful. I mean, the detail on these things is just unbelievable. The box, ironically enough, it's right here. This is the box that King of Arabia came in, and it has some decants in it. Yeah, I took them out because I have them in a little storage thing I keep all the decants in. I mean, the box, all this stuff is like, you know, le fantastique. The smell, however, all I get is leather and wood. That's all I get. And I just can't. I've had it now for a few months, and I've had it maturing, and it's gotten a little better, but not by much. Maybe some of the vanilla and raspberries are coming through, because when you first get this, it's leather and wood. That's all you can smell. And I remember when my wife and I smelled it, we were like, what in the hell is this? It's just a big leather blast that I just cannot get into. Sorry, but yeah. Queen of Arabia is a lot better. Not by much. So both were big letdowns for us. We were both like, man, that sucks. And I prayed, let's just say that I got them right when they came out. You do the math. But anyway, yeah, King of Arabia. All right, the last one I'm going to talk about. I bought it simply because when I saw the bottle on a video, I was like, oh my God, that is cool. And some folks are praising it. And I looked it up, and it was uber cheap. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a no-brainer. I pulled the trigger. When I got it, I was like, oh dear God Almighty, what the hell is this? Raw human. I've seen people talk about this, and they say this is so bad. But I wish I would have seen those. But you know, live and learn. What can I say? The main accords are fruity, amber, leather, animalic, sweet, floral, lactonic, smoky, and soft spicy. That sounds like another mess they put together, and they were like, here, make this into a fragrance and sell it. There's gonna be stupid people like Rob here that'll buy it. Let's see, the top notes are apricot, plum, pink pepper. Middle notes, osmanthus. Base notes, leather, styrax, and olibanum. There's that styrax thing again, which I have no idea what that is. And if it smells like this, like one of the other ones that I talked about, I don't want. And this is from the Pride line, which is kind of weird. Their Pride line usually puts out, you know, that's their best stuff. Live and learn. What can I say? Great, I got some on my finger. I remember when I got it, I wore it, and my wife was like, what in the hell are you wearing? And I'm like, this is raw human. This is supposed to be good. She was like, it smells like cough syrup and leather. And she is right. This is cough syrup and leather. That is the worst. I think the worst in my entire collection. There, I have some uber cheapies that I got from Temu that smell better. Go figure. Um, yeah, and I hate it because I really wanted to like it, but I was like, I can't with this. And I saw a video of a lady talking about what do you do with the fragrances that you don't like. Use them as car fresheners and stuff like that. I'm I'm scared to try that with this one. I'll try these, not that one. You know, King of Arabia. My car is cloth, but if it was leather, man, I'll spray the hell out of it because hey, it's leather. Yes, this right here, oh my god, leather and cough syrup, it just doesn't jive. Mm-mm. Anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any of these, please comment below and tell me what you think. If you agree or disagree or whatever. Yeah, right now the studio here smells like leather and manure. Here, hopefully this smell will go away. But yeah, again, like, subscribe, comment, especially comment if you got these and tell me what your experiences. And until next time, later.